Zdravo, kako si, šta nima. My name is Simon Hill. Thank you for tuning into this video. Thanks for coming in, listening to what I have to say. So I'm not going to waste your time. It's been 1 year since I posted this video that you're seeing on the screen. It's called Blacksit, Being Black in Serbia. Is Serbia a racist country? And this video blew up, right? It's not the biggest video on my channel, but it's probably one of the most important to me, because when I made this video, I did not expect the reaction that I got, and I did not expect the response I got, and I did not expect the views, right? I'm a small YouTuber. I'm just one guy by myself. I don't have major funding. As you can see with my videos, I don't do major editing. This isn't a super fancy YouTube channel. This is just a place where I express myself and I talk about what I want to talk about, because I live a very unique life. I'm a Black American from the South, from Louisiana, and I've been able to travel the world and see different places, cultures. I also have a very unique job as an ESL teacher, and that allows me to have a certain perspective on the world that many people never will get to have, or could never have, because of circumstances in their control and out of their control. So I also realize, as a black man being out and abroad in the world, I face different challenges than people who are not black, and I see the world probably absolutely different, and only if you're black you'll understand that. And this is something I care a lot about, because for black people and our unique experience existing in a white supremacist world, there has to be somebody, or many of us out there, who are brave enough to talk about the uncomfortable truths of what it's like to live in our shoes, so that we can make a better world for not only black children in the future, but for all people on the planet, right? And when I made this video, I touched on a lot of sensitive topics that I haven't heard anybody else talk about on YouTube, and I'm very proud of it. And yes, I am wearing the same shirt that I wore in that video. I love this shirt. This shirt is one of my favorites, man. So I want to say first and foremost that I stand by everything in this video 100%, now more than I did when I made it, because of course as you grow older your mind changes, you get exposed to new experiences, you go different places. And after releasing this video and continuing to live in Serbia after I made this video, I experienced even more racism, more xenophobia, more bigotry than I did when I made it. Right? I was called all types of names like nigger and all sorts of stuff by Serbian people, right? And once again, I don't make this video to bash on you, particular Serbian who's watching this, or any Eastern European, or any white person in general. I don't hate white people. I don't have a problem with white people, but I'm not going to hide or deny my experience. If you want to watch a video about black people sucking your dick, telling you that you're great and you're perfect and that there's nothing wrong, the problem is only in another country, but your country is absolutely perfect, there are tons of other guys on YouTube who are black, and that's their content. That's what they do. There are black YouTubers who travel and all they do is smile and grin and tap dance for white people and other groups of people, right? I'm not one of them, and I never will be, because I'm not afraid. And our fight is big enough and important enough that I can sacrifice my likes and dislikes for the purpose of fighting and advocating for my people, no matter where they are. Period. 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 Okay? So, I also want to say I have 4 regrets about this video. 4 regrets. Once again, I stand by everything I said, and I actually bit my tongue, and I'll talk about that. So my first regret with this video is not making it absolutely clear that no matter how bad I was treated in Serbia, it's absolutely better than the United States of America. I mean, hands down, Serbia is 1,000 times better than the US when it comes to being black there. Hands down. Because no matter how much racism I experienced, or fucked up situations, or weird, awkward situations I experienced, I never once felt in fear of my life from the police, from other citizens, anything. And I got hands too. I can defend myself. So I know in Serbia, I'm good. Win, lose, or draw, maybe. I'm going to make sure that I would be okay no matter what. But in the U.S., I can't fight a bullet. And in the U.S., there's a high chance that I could be killed by another civilian because we allow guns to permeate throughout our society, or by the police, by mistaken identity, anything, right? Because of white supremacy, a terrorist attack. I could be at the supermarket in Buffalo. I could have gotten murked in the U.S. But Serbia, hands down, 100%, is absolutely better than the U.S. I should have said that. I should have led with that because it's absolutely true. And also, in regards to the U.S., everything negative that the Serbian people, some Serbian people, not all, some Serbian people have in their minds about black people comes from the U.S. Period. White supremacy, as we know it today, is a product of American imperialism and American media expansion. So what exists in the hearts and minds of people around the world regarding us is a product of my country, mine. And I should have led the video with that, accepting, not responsibility because I didn't create that world, but acknowledging that the U.S. is the creator of all the negative stereotypes for black people, white supremacy as a whole, right? We're living with the byproducts of the age of colonialism, right? Secondly, the second regret that I have about this video is not saying enough. I bit my tongue. I was too nice. And in this video, I was just really talking from the heart. And I also knew that as an American going into Serbia, because Serbia has an interesting relationship with America because of the NATO bombings that happened in the 90s, that as an American, I would seem like I'm punching down or continuing the aggression that happened in the 90s against the Serbian people, and that is not my aim. My aim is to speak up for the oppressed in any place in the world. Any place in the world where there are oppressed people, regardless of race, I will speak up for them. And in this video, as an American, keeping that in the back of my mind, I tried to keep it nice. As you can see in the video, I was smiling sometimes, laughing, trying to make light, not taking myself too seriously, but I was not as harsh in my criticism as I should have been, and I should not have been so nice. So that's my second regret. My third regret, and this one is so annoying and so vexing, is that I did not say, or I did not address the slavery, oppression that the Serbians went under. Now, I'm not trying to put slavery and oppression under air marks to mitigate the suffering that happened to the Balkan people during the times of the Ottoman Empire. I didn't mean it that way when I did this. What I mean is that whatever happened in the Ottoman Empire in the Balkans, while it still has real effects and ramifications for the hearts and souls and minds of the people who live in the Balkans and are indigenous to the Balkans, when you step outside of that area, you are white. And I don't think Balkan people really understand how powerful that is. When you are traveling the world, or when you go to different places and spaces, you are not viewed as a Serbian. You're not viewed as a Croatian. You are white. Now, if you identify yourself and say, my name is Jovan Solovic, and I am a proud Serbian nationalist in Australia, you might, maybe, have some dude who has Yugoslavophobia, whatever. Maybe. Maybe if you go to Germany and you say, I am Milan from Croatia and I am here to whatever, right? If you identify yourselves, you can mitigate your whiteness, maybe. But for black people, darker skinned people, people who are visible and obvious minorities in very homogenous countries, we do not have that luxury, and I don't think you understand. Maybe you do understand, but you're obviously being obtuse. Maybe you do. The point is, for people who do not fit the phenotype and description of the people that people imagine from that country, such as Serbia, such as Croatia, such as Bosnia, such as France, right? Such as if people imagine the identity of a nation as a particular racial group rather than a heterogeneous collection of peoples, then that society is more likely to view outsiders and as others permanently. Meanwhile, white Balkaners can travel and go many places in the world and be treated with the luxuries of whiteness. I don't think so. The point I'm trying to make with that is that slavery, as it existed in the Ottoman Empire, probably had a very, very profound effect on the psychology and treatment of the Balkan people. But that does not carry on today. Now, some people might say, well, slavery was a long time ago in America, and you Negro, Simon, you're still complaining. Once again, the very point is that blackness is an identity that is impossible to hide from. There is nowhere I can go in the world outside of sub-Saharan Africa where I can blend in and be in a society and not have negative stereotypes foisted upon me. Meanwhile, if I go to almost any other country in the world as a black person, there is a high probability that I will be called nigger. Hard R nigger, right? How do I know? Because it's happened to me in every country I've been to, including the one I've been in right now, Turkey. Okay? Happened in Serbia, happened in Tunisia, happened in Indonesia, happened in every single country I've been to. Guyana in South America got called nigger, bro. All right? Now you might say that's anecdotal, but I'm trying to make a larger point. Anti-blackness exists in the world. Meanwhile, anti-whiteness is almost nil. Very nil. Very nil. Damn near zero. There is not a place most white Balkaners can go in the world and the image of them as slaves or whatever exists in the minds and hearts of the people that will come. They'll just say, oh, rich white tourists. Meanwhile, I go to the same country and they ask, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Etc. Just based off appearance. Identity, as a Serb, as a Bosnian, whatever, is something that you accept and something that you choose to reveal. You choose to reveal your identity as a Balkaner. I have no choice. There's nowhere I can hide. There's nowhere I can walk in the streets. For example, here in Turkey, I cannot just walk the streets of Turkey and expect to be treated or viewed the same as any other white Turkish person. Meanwhile, most Balkan people either fit the mold of what people identify as Turkish or have Eurocentric features, blonde hair, blue eyes, green eyes, whatever, all this other weird stuff, being extra tall, whatever. And Turkish people view that as the standard of beauty because white supremacy infects the minds and hearts of almost all people on the planet. So, I'm not trying to mitigate the slavery. I should have spoke about slavery, but if I did speak about the slavery, I probably would have spoken as long as I am right now. But the point I'm trying to make is that the slavery that happened in the Ottoman Empire does not mitigate your whiteness now. Do you understand? I hope that is very clear. Okay. The third thing that I regret about this video is, the fourth thing I regret about this video is, not brushing the side of my mouth, man. I got a real crusty ass mouth. But nobody in the video called me ugly, so I'm obviously a handsome man, so whatever. And nobody bothered me about that. I forgot the fourth thing. Maybe it'll come to me later. Maybe I'll do this again. But, yeah, so those are the three things that really bother me about this video. But other than that, I really love it. I really am proud of it. If I messed up on anything that I forgot right now, I'll just copy it later. But I'm very proud of my entire series on Blacksit, being black in Turkey. Go check out this video, being black in Turkey. uh, being black in Tunisia. Very proud of this video as well. I've lived an incredible life, and I'm so glad and fortunate that I'm able to do what I do and able to see different parts of the world. And I know I get a lot of haters, a lot of racists, a lot of white supremacists, a lot of right-wing nuts on my channel. But these people, I actually feel very sad for them, because honestly, they'll never have the opportunity to do what I do, to see the world I've seen, to be the places I've been, to love the people I've loved, to be loved the way I'm loved, and also just to be free and be safe and be happy. Because first and foremost, I'm happy with myself, and I'm so proud of myself. And I wonder why YouTube has the Serbia video hidden. I don't know. Like I said, I get a lot of haters. This video got millions of dislikes, but it also motivated me to continue my YouTube journey. And listen, if you guys don't like this content, if you feel like all I talk about is negative stuff, I have absolutely positive, funny videos on my channel. Go check out all the videos with my wife eating Ethiopian food. Go check out all the videos of us traveling, of me playing music. There's so many nice things that I put on my channel. I try to make my channel a balance of talking about things that could help you get some money. You want to get some money, buddy? You want to get out of America? You want to travel? You want to come to Turkey and tell me that I'm a piece of shit and you want to slap me across my face and then catch these hands? Come and do it. But first you need some money. Why don't you start teaching English or something, buddy? Anyway, I just want to say that thank you for everybody who's left great comments. Thank you for all the people that have left likes. I will always be brave. I will always speak up for the oppressed. I will speak up for Serbian people. I will speak up against NATO expansion. I will speak up against gypsy discrimination. I will speak up for the Turks in Germany. I will speak up for all oppressed people. Palestine, I don't care. Yemen, I don't care. I'll talk about it. I will advocate for the poor, for the dispossessed, for the meek of the earth. That's the reason I wrote this song, The Meek of the Earth. If I wonder if I can find it, it's this song that I played here, but you can also find it on my channel, I believe. Yeah, here, The Meek. This song sums me up. Will the meek inherit the earth? Will the poor, will the dispossessed, will the people who are discriminated against, will the people who are seen as the lowest be able to have peace on this planet? Will there be a time when I won't have to make a video about being black in Serbia? Because Serbia will be a non-racist, non-white supremacist place. Oh, you know what I remember now? You know what I remember I wanted to say? I wish I spoke about how in Serbia, I was always greeted with English, even though I really tried to ingratiate myself by learning Serbian and speaking to people in Serbian. But as soon as they saw I was black, even if like I was talking to them on the phone and trying to speak some Serbian, they would talk to me back in Serbian. But when I saw I was black, all that Serbian disappeared and it went straight to English, right? Now, I know that's a deeper topic, and I didn't want to pull that topic out because it would have seemed like I was pulling hairs and stuff, and then people would have just been attacking that point. So I tried to make this video about very salient, important points about what happened to me in Serbia. And, you know, that's a deep topic, but I just feel like this, right? Language, especially if the person is trying to learn the language, they should be treated with the respect of replying to them if they're trying, you know, to learn your language. But I understood as a black person by how they were interacting with me that they were always othering me. If I was a white person who was non-indigenous to Serbia and I was trying to speak Serbian, they would have, you know, continued speaking to me in Serbian or never tried to speak to me in English at all. But because I was black there, it was always this othering. Now, some people might say, oh, it's because you're a tourist or something like that. Bro, I lived in Serbia for like a year and some change. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the people in my apartment, the people that saw me every day, the people that saw me coming in and out of my building, the same grocery stores I went to. And I still got followed around at those same grocery stores, right? So, I just wish that very homogenous countries, especially countries with declining birth rates, welcomed people who wanted to live there rather than push them out. Okay? That's a deeper topic when it comes to language. And I'm not trying to split hairs with that. If you want to leave a long diatribe comment about it, I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. The point I'm trying to make is that I love this video so much. I'm very proud of it. And go check it out. Hit the like button, subscribe, support my content. My name is Simon Hill. Peace. And will the meek inherit the earth?